The drama surrounding the Cleveland Browns has taken yet another unexpected turn, and this time it's their rising star receiver Jerry Jeudy lighting up the headlines. After weeks of speculation, tension, and uncertainty surrounding the quarterback position, Jeudy has finally spoken out, and his words have sent shockwaves through the Browns organization. With a calm but firm tone, Jeudy voiced what many players and fans have been thinking all along. It's time for Shadur Sanders to get his chance. The young quarterback has been working tirelessly, showing up early, staying late, and putting in the kind of effort that defines a true professional. Yet despite all that, head coach Kevin Stefanski continues to keep him waiting on the sidelines, and Jeudy isn't happy about it. In a media session that was supposed to be routine, Jeudy's frustration became clear. He didn't lash out or make excuses. Instead, he spoke with conviction, making it known that he believes in Shadur Sanders' ability to lead the team. According to Jeudy, Sanders has been locked in since the very beginning, from OTA sessions to mini camps, showing up every single day, doing the work, and proving his commitment. Jeudy said he's built trust with Sanders not just as a teammate, but as a leader, emphasizing that Shedeur has earned his respect. He's one of the few players who's been there from day one, putting in the grind when no one else was watching. That level of dedication doesn't just happen by accident. It's the kind of work ethic that builds a foundation for greatness. Jeudy made it clear that he's not here to question the coaching staff outright, but the subtext was impossible to ignore. His comments subtly called out Stefanski's hesitation to name Sanders as the starting quarterback. With Joe Flacco gone and no clear frontrunner for the QB1 role, the question practically answers itself. Why is Shedeur still waiting for his opportunity? Jeudy didn't mince words when asked about Shedeur's confidence. Instead of framing Sanders' recent bold comments as arrogance, he defended him. He said that Shedeur has every right to feel ready because he's been preparing for this moment from the very start. He's followed every direction, learned the playbook inside and out, and proven that he can handle the pressure that comes with the position. You know, he's been doing a good job, Jeudy said with quiet assurance. Understanding the plays, doing whatever the coaches ask. He's been a pro. All we can ask from him is that when his opportunity comes, he takes advantage of it. That statement resonated beyond the locker room walls. It wasn't just an endorsement. It was a message to the coaches, to the fans, and to the league. Jeudy's tone wasn't rebellious, but it was revealing. He wasn't pleading for favoritism. He was advocating for fairness. But Jeudy isn't the only one speaking up. Myles Garrett, the team's defensive leader and one of the most respected voices in the NFL, echoed those same sentiments. Garrett described Sanders as one of the most dedicated young players he's ever seen, painting a picture of someone who shows up to the facility before the sun rises and stays long after the others have gone home. He mentioned walking into the building in the early hours and always seeing Shedeur sitting in the coach's office, breaking down plays, studying film, and asking questions. That kind of hunger, Garrett said, is what separates a good player from a great one. He's always in there, Garrett said, talking through schemes, making sure he's ready for his moment. For Garrett, Shedeur's maturity stands out. He called it rare for a player so young to show that level of composure, patience, and professionalism. Sanders doesn't demand attention. He earns it quietly through action. That's why it's baffling to see him consistently overlooked. Garrett believes Sanders has done everything right. He's followed the process, gained the respect of the veterans, and maintained humility despite the pressure. Yet somehow Stefanski's decision-making continues to point in another direction, leaving both fans and analysts questioning what's really going on inside the Browns camp. Stefanski, for his part, has defended his choices, repeatedly insisting that he's focused on player development and doing what's best for the team. But that line is wearing thin. His cautious approach might have made sense early in the season, but at this point, it feels more like an excuse than a strategy. Stefanski claims that Sanders' age and lack of experience are reasons to keep him benched. But that argument falls apart when other young players like Quinshon Judkins, who barely had a full training camp, are being given opportunities to prove themselves. If Judkins can take the field and deliver despite limited preparation, why not give the same chance to Shadur Sanders, who's been preparing relentlessly for months? Even ESPN's Dan Orlovsky has weighed in, expressing disappointment with the Browns' handling of the situation. On national television, Orlovsky asked the question that's on everyone's mind. If not Shedeur, then who? He didn't hold back, calling out the Browns for their inconsistent decision-making and lack of direction. Orlovsky reminded viewers that this season was supposed to be about evaluating future talent, especially players like Sanders and Dillon. By failing to even name Shedeur as the QB2, Stefanski has not only confused fans, but also undermined the developmental plan that ownership had promised. If it's not Shedeur, Orlovsky said bluntly, then what's the point? What hasn't he shown? What else do you need to see? The media firestorm has only intensified since those comments aired. Fans have taken to social media demanding change, with hashtags calling for Shedeur to start trending across platforms. The fan base is divided, but a growing majority believe it's time to give the young quarterback a chance to prove himself. After all, every great story in football starts with a leap of faith, someone believing in a player before the rest of the world catches on. And right now, it feels like the Browns are missing that moment. Inside the locker room, the atmosphere is reportedly tense. Players like Jeudy and Garrett, who have openly backed Sanders, are walking a fine line between loyalty to the team and honesty about what they see every day. Their words carry weight, not just because of their status, but because they reflect the growing frustration that's spreading throughout the organization. They know Shedeur has the potential to lead, but they also know time is slipping away. Every week that passes without him getting snaps is another week of lost opportunity for both the player and the team. As the Browns move deeper into the season, the spotlight on Stefanski grows harsher. His conservative play calling and reluctance to take risks are starting to look less like strategy and more like fear. Fans want results, not just explanations. They've seen what happens when a talented young quarterback is kept in the shadows too long. It never ends well. The Browns have a history of letting potential slip through their fingers, and if they're not careful, Shadur Sanders could become the latest chapter in that unfortunate legacy. And then there's the growing rumor that the Las Vegas Raiders are watching closely, reportedly interested in bringing Shedeur to their roster if the Browns continue to hold him back. That possibility adds a new layer of urgency to the story. If Sanders walks, Cleveland won't just lose a player, they'll lose the future they've been promising fans for years. And that loss could haunt them far beyond this season. As the days tick by and no decision is made, the Browns find themselves standing at a crossroads. They can either embrace the future, give Shadur Sanders the chance he's earned, and let the young man show what he's capable of, or they can stick with the status quo and risk watching another talent slip away. The truth is, the decision will define not just the rest of this season, but the legacy of the Stefanski era in Cleveland. So, what do you think? Has Kevin Stefanski made a critical mistake by refusing to start Shadur Sanders? Is this a calculated move to protect a young player, or is it a stubborn refusal to see the obvious? And if the Raiders truly make a move, could that be the wake-up call the Browns need, or the beginning of the end for their quarterback experiment? Drop your thoughts down below.